Okay, found a lot of treasure chests all of a sudden.
Oh, wow.
Now just a matter of what's in them, and I feel like healing myself a little bit. Even though this... Oh. Well, that one's empty. Empty.
Empty treasure chest.
Well, I know that was a admittedly minor thing in the original. There was one treasure chest that I remember offhand that had the that had the Zeus gauntlet, which is basically what the bolt ring does. So it could have been in two different treasure chests in the same dungeon, and if you grabbed it out of one, the other one would end up being empty. And I am wondering if maybe all of the super weapons would be here if I hadn't already found them. I have no basis for that.
That could be.
I have no basis for that, but it's definitely an interesting theory. And now that I know that these sacreds regenerate, I see no reason not to just gang up on each one. Depending on how many of these treasure chests there are in this room, that should either help or hurt this theory that I've got.
Well, maybe if you're lucky, you can find a super weapon for Aaron here.
That one's empty. Hello, no doubt scripted fight. I think we might have something here. You didn't miss much, Aaron, so there is a chance we might be getting close to finding your weapon.
Speaking of which, what's the bonus boss of the Holy Shrine? Do you know that?
I know what it's capable of. I don't remember its name at the moment. The thing is, one thing I do know from looking into it, that it is a mage type, which means Adam and I are going to have a field day against that thing. And it might mean that Adam and I might be better targets for Temper 3 instead of Big K. Possibly. Okay, and that's the second one dead.
Do you know where the boss is in this place? Because this
heck no. One of the one thing that the ROM hack program I found couldn't do was actually look into the overworld map, and there's the heal staff. Okay, good.
Woohoo! Yeah, I was about to say, like, with how maze-like this place is, it's gonna be a boss.
And I don't know the layout of any of this, so I'm curious to see how much healing this heal staff actually does. That's actually pretty good. That's actually pretty good.
How much does it do?
About 50 to 60 per.
Oh, that ain't bad.
No. Seems worth my while to just spam this till the cows come home, which was kind of what I was planning on doing anyway. And it makes sense to have Aaron doing this since he's going to be doing the least amount of damage offensively anyway, so might as well just make the most of it. I mean, yes, the fights might be taking a little bit longer because of this, but I see it as worth it, because it means less healing for me to do after the fact. And the thing is, if the walkthrough is to be believed, and I see no reason not to believe it, there's actually a second one of these on the fire floor of the final dungeon. So if I can get both of those, have 2 people healing full time, perhaps. Although during boss fights that might not be the best thing to do, but
well, the thing is too, like if the treasure exists in one place, in 2 different places, if you get the one in one place,
well, the thing is, the walkthrough specifically said there was a second heal staff there. And I think I was on my way towards that when I got slaughtered. Although that was worthwhile in that it was a learning experience. Mostly about those darn priests. That one's empty.
And the priests are a pain, aren't they?
Yep. That one's empty, and this thing went into a loop. That's neat.
Weird.
Well, we've seen that before.
It's not possible. It's possible to see that.
Yeah, like on the that area outside the time tower. That was that one looped around. Alright, so how far? Okay. I think we're getting near the end of this now. Hello, Sacreds. Have some shielding up. Have the will ring up so I don't have to worry about paralyzing as much. Hey, just go to town on him. Since my hit points is such, I'm not worried about healing at the moment. I need these things to die. Like now. Like now. Okay, I was worried about how much health that thing had. Turns out it wasn't much. Though if it only took that much, I guess it really all depends on how much these things regenerate. Because I'm pretty sure it's like kind of a percentage.
Possibly.
Because goodness knows, poison's turned into a straight percentage, so. Makes sense for the healing to do the same thing. Although I'm starting to think healing might become a thing, especially if Adam's being targeted like this. Well, the thing is, I have the wake ring. I can wake up Adam whenever I want. Why do I keep forgetting that?
Aaron must have hit the jackpot. His HP was 777 for a moment.
There we go. Well, I can see that I'm at full health. One less thing that I have to worry about. But I think everyone else is at least 8, if not... I think Big K is over 900 for max HP, isn't he? I forget now. Yeah, he's definitely over 900. I forget if Aaron or Adam are too. Alright. There's that one dead. And there's 2 treasure chests here. Which worries me a little bit because I think there's at least one other super weapon unaccounted for, and that worries me. I'm hoping one of these 2 is Justice. You unworthy heathen shall defile my temple no longer. Seraph.
Seraph?
Seraph. Yeah. How do I want to go about this? Well, I know I'll have a couple of rounds to get some buffing in. If only because I know that Seraph will be using Cure 4 on itself rather soon. So there's no sense in really doing that much attacking at the moment. It's just that Aaron and Big K didn't really have anything else to do. Might as well do Bind Ring. I'll do a Shield 3. Might as well do a Temper 3 on Big K at least.
Make him even more, have more damage.
Yeah. Yeah. 14 hits for 2278. That's nice.
Jeez.
And given weaknesses, Temper 3 on Adam. And Seraph just used Hex on all of us. Thank you. Ooh, new high score, 2,890.
Holy, oh my goodness.
This thing is dead. And it just used Pearl on us, and it did at most about 300 and such. And yep, Seraph's dead. Holy cow! I am so beefed up. And I still don't have 800 max HP yet. Yep, there's Justice and Benedict, which is a super weapon for somebody else. Okay, so his damage was 56. And now it is 65. With the hit percent on par with Adam and myself. And I'm going to go ahead and use the house now and save so I don't have to do that again. And you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and toss this Doomhammer because it ain't worth selling. And the Benedict as well, since I don't really need that.
All that's left now is the final dungeon.
And yeah, I'll just drop the opal plate since somebody else can use it, and that doesn't sell for anything either. Okay, yep. Final dungeon! Hey, we got some zombies here! Let's see what Aaron's new weapon does against these guys. Yep, Aaron's weapon is pretty good. And Tyros. I'm starting to have some questions about my weapon because Adam's attack power and mine are roughly equal, but it feels like I'm doing more damage. And I'm wondering if there's something about my weapon that just at least partially bypasses defense or something. That is... I'm not sure what to make of that.
Now the final boss to this game is the same as in the original, right?
In name, yes, but the stats have been jacked up because in the original game he had only like 2,000 HP, which you can see how quickly I go through 2,000 HP.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, in this one, I believe when I looked it up, he had like 15,000 HP.
Oh wow.
But bear in mind, all of the bonus bosses had 10,000. And you've seen how well I've done against them.
Yeah, you just basically wreck them in no time flat.
And I think that's what this particular group is good at, just beefing it, buffing itself up, and just wrecking people with melee attacks. Because it's been a while since I've seriously used any actual attack magic aside from spamming these items here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm only spamming those because there's no cost to it. Alright, Artisan, yeah, that's fine. Work is a thing. Goodness knows I know that as well as anyone. And one thing I noticed once I was clued into the B button dash, turns out when you use that in the airship, it actually slows you down.
Huh,
which is
that's funny.
Which is kind of interesting, I guess. Allows for more precision when you're trying to land in a specific spot, I guess. Alright, time to just stock up on cure potions again. Who knows how much of this I'll actually end up needing, but it's better to have it and not need it, right?
Uh-huh. And then heal up at the end.
Yeah, I know there's the one on the Earth floor, and I do plan on taking advantage of that. And I do plan on actually save stating when I do that. Just so technically I am saving the game too, but since restarting boots me back outside, I really don't want to have to go through all that again.
With the what outside?
Because even though I used the inn in the final dungeon, when I died and restarted, I was back outside.
Oh.
Which I guess makes sense because that's how the game works. You restart outside of wherever you last saved, but... Oh, okay, I'm maxed out, okay. And I have just... Artisan, I had just finished the last bonus dungeon, and I'm off to take on the final boss, since there's literally nothing else to do. Thankfully, it's rather close by, so...
I would actually say you should be able to reach level 40 before fighting the final boss.
We're at 39. What's our... 20? Oh yeah, definitely. And one nice thing about Adam's weapon is Adam's is actually fire type. So he's able to do a lot of damage to these undead enemies too. Although, unfortunately, mine is, I believe, ice type, so I guess in the fire dungeon it should come in handy, but other than that. And big...
You're still doing a lot of damage.
Yeah, just on sheer attack strength, yeah. And Big K's weapon is actually strong against dragons, which is a bit of a niche thing, but when you're up against dragons, you really don't want them to be alive for very long.
Uh-huh.
Hello, specters. And your paralyzing ways. Use the will ring to help prevent future paralyzation. Not that these guys will be alive very... Well, they're not technically not alive anyway, but you know what I mean.
Uh-huh.
Although now that there's 2 people stunned, wakey wakey! So how far? I think I had to go all the way up here? Yeah, actually getting to the elemental floors doesn't take as long as it normally does. So that's a good thing. Because normally there's 3 floors to this early part, though here there's only 2. Plus an extra, I guess you could call it a mini-boss along the way. Oh, hello, priests and paladins again. Didn't expect to see you here. Both of you are going to die now, but good to know that you're here. Fortunately, there's not much I can do against the stupid paladins. Although maybe I should start doing a little bit of maintenance healing. Heal a bit now so I don't have to be in a panic later.
Uh-huh.
Just knows Aaron's not doing that much for damage anyway, so. Let's see. Has enough damage been done to you for Big K to finish you off? Yes. Okay, good. I timed it right. Oop, oop, oop. There we go. Yeah, I'm definitely glad I learned early just how nasty those priests can be. And though the fact that I have 2... that I could just do so much sheer damage even without buffs that they won't last past the first round unless they heal in between. Although one thing I'm Okay, there's Aaron and Adam still only have 2 level 8s each. Okay. It's not much, but it'll get the job done. I think basically a couple life 2s, a couple heal 4s, which is basically max healing across the board. Definitely good in a pinch. And how many cure 4s do I have from each of them? 3 for each? That's always good too. Although I'm not doing that much, a heck of a lot of damage to these skulls. Kinda curious as to why. I wouldn't think that... I'm wondering if elemental resistance applies to our weapons as well. It's starting to look that way, because they're likely to be resistant to ice, and that's what my weapon is. So that would make some sense. What's our health looking at? It's fine.